Last week, I took a look at the 2006 Will Ferrell comedy Talladega Nights, and I looked at how I didn't really think that it was all that good, and how I think that it actually hurt the overall perception of NASCAR. But that got me thinking, what movies have really been good for NASCAR's view? Now, I've already done a video on Days of Thunder, so I feel like it'd be redundant to talk about that one. But I didn't even have to look outside the same year that Talladega Nights came out to find a movie. 2006, the year that Disney Pixar's movie Cars came out. Now, Cars isn't one of the company's classics like Toy Story's franchise or The Incredibles or Finding Nemo, but it has gained a cult following over the years. I was only 8 when it came out, so I definitely liked it, but fell away from it over time. But tons of people my age and younger did not fall away. And over time, the movie's become a cult following and a point of connection for the youth of NASCAR fans. Why is this? Why has a movie about sentient cars brought up such a connection with the youth of NASCAR's fans? Well, to start, I gotta say, the film is objectively good. Even if you aren't crazy on the film or don't even like it, you can at least say that it is a good movie. It is not poorly made, it's not poorly written, and it's not poorly acted. It's a classic tale of a hotshot, cocky character getting a heavy red pill of reality. Now, this is good and all, but where Cars has really shined over the years isn't in teaching lessons like a cinematic philosopher. Where Cars really cemented its longevity was in its full-on integration into the NASCAR world and culture. They didn't hold back and really gave the movie the same feel that the early 2000s NASCAR world had. The tracks were definitely based on real-life ones, Bristol and California for sure. There were plenty of driver cameos as well. There was Darrell Waltrip, who played the movie equivalent of himself, named Darrell Cartrip. He was an announcer at the start of the movie. Then, you had the King, Strip Weathers, played by 7-time champion and the king of NASCAR, Richard Petty. Then you got Dale Earnhardt Jr., who plays the number 8 car, only known simply as Junior. But then you also have NASCAR cars as an integral part of the movie as well. The late Paul Newman, a race car driver himself, played Doc Hudson, who was the famous car, the fabulous Hudson Hornet, that was driven by famous NASCAR pioneers Tim Flock, Herb Thomas, and Marshall T. This character is great in my opinion because it helps teach young fans about an integral piece of NASCAR's history. Now add upon that this premiered at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, funny enough, the same track that Humpy Wheeler owned, the man who cameoed as Tex Dynaco. But this openness to NASCAR really gave young fans a true smash hit to latch onto. Over the years, different scenes have become famous, and parts of this movie have become memed. A certain What Incarnation may know what I'm talking about here. These have really made a fun and open community to new fans as well to jump into. At this time now, there's an entire generation of NASCAR fans that are growing up or have grown up with the movie Cars always being there. Remember that an 18-year-old fan today was only 4 years old when this movie came out at the most. This, over time, has led an entire franchise of Cars films to be made that have only added to this sensation. No matter what people might say or think of the second and third films, they have only given young NASCAR fans more to connect over. And seeing how NASCAR itself has been so open to these films, I don't see this connective tissue failing anytime soon. Because this is the legacy of the movie Cars. It doesn't matter how dated parts of this movie may be. It doesn't matter what actors were in it that they've chose to give in time. Hell, it probably doesn't matter what driver and NASCAR personality cameos they have chose to give time to in these movies. The films bringing NASCAR fans together has been and will continue to be the legacy of Cars. So now, with me saying that, I want to pass this subject on to you. And I'll ask you 2 questions here. 1, do you think this is the legacy of the movie Cars? And 2, what's your favorite scene or part about this movie? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, have a good one.